The Carthage Archaeological Site shows us how powerful history can be. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site in modern Tunisia, right by the Mediterranean Sea. Carthage whispers stories of ancient people, empires that grew and then crumbled, and a past that still fascinates us. Here in the ruins we can walk where the Phoenicians walked and hear echoes of their dreams and cleverness. Carthage is a trip through time, a chance to explore a civilization that changed the world forever. Carthage's story is about toughness and change. It's about cultures mixing, wars, victories, and sad times. Founded way back in the 9th century BC, Carthage grew from a small trading post to a huge empire that challenged even the mighty Romans. Carthage left its mark not just in its impressive ruins, but also in art, architecture, and how Western civilization developed. Come with us as we explore Carthage's exciting story, from its small beginnings to its dramatic end and the legacy it left behind. Let's explore what's left of this once great city where history comes to life and the sands of time tell a fascinating story. Carthage's story starts with a brave sea voyage and the search for a new home. Back in the 9th century BC, Phoenician sailors from the old city of Tyre sailed west, looking for new places to trade and grow. Their journey took them to North Africa's coast, where they built a settlement that would become famous, Carthage. These early settlers liked this coastal spot. Carthage had a natural harbor, perfect for protecting their ships and connecting to the busy Mediterranean trade routes. The land around was good for farming, and the city's location on a peninsula made it easy to defend. From these small beginnings, Carthage became powerful. The city's name, Quart Hadasht in Phoenician, means new city, showing what its founders wanted. They dreamed of a big, successful city, even greater than their old home. And Carthage did become a center for trade, a strong sea power, and a major player in the ancient world. Everyone in the ancient world knew the Phoenicians were great sailors, and Carthage got that skill. Their ships, built with care and expertise, sailed all over the Mediterranean, creating trade routes that went for miles and miles. Carthage became a busy trading center, a place where different cultures met, and a place where new ideas were born. The Carthaginians were smart traders, exchanging goods and ideas with people all around the Mediterranean. They traded cloth, metal, glass, and valuable items, becoming rich and influential. Their ships came back to Carthage full of treasures from faraway lands, making the city wealthy and giving it a diverse feel. The sea wasn't just a way to get rich for Carthage, it was also important for strategy. The Carthaginian navy, famous for its size and strength, protected the city's trade and showed its power across the Mediterranean. This strong navy helped Carthage start colonies, make friends with other places, and become a major power in the ancient world. As Carthage got more powerful in the Mediterranean, it was bound to bump into another growing empire, Rome. At first, these two powers were cautious but respected each other. But they were on a path to conflict that would change the ancient world. Their fight for power led to a series of huge wars called the Punic Wars. The First Punic War, from 264 to 241 BC, started over who would control the important island of Sicily. It was a long and fierce war with massive sea battles. Carthage, with its strong navy, was winning at first, but Rome, always tough and able to adapt, won in the end. The Second Punic War, from 218 to 201 BC, saw the famous Carthaginian general Hannibal Barca become a military legend. Hannibal did something incredibly daring. He marched his army, even with war elephants, across the Alps mountains into the middle of Roman territory. Hannibal's journey across the Alps is one of the most amazing military campaigns ever. It took incredible planning, leadership, and pure willpower, proving how brilliant Hannibal's strategies were and how tough his army was. The image of Carthaginian elephants crossing those dangerous mountains has amazed historians and storytellers for centuries. Hannibal's campaign led to big losses for the Roman army, making the Roman Republic very afraid. His wins at Trebia, Trasimene, and Cannae became famous, showing his tactical genius and how he could outsmart the Romans. But even though he won these battles, Hannibal couldn't defeat Rome itself. The Roman Senate, refusing to give up, gathered its forces and decided to wear down Hannibal's army slowly, avoiding big fights. At the same time, Roman legions led by Scipio Africanus, a general just as smart and determined as Hannibal, started to win against Carthage and other places. The Second Punic War changed completely at the Battle of Zama in 202 BC. Scipio Africanus, having learned from Hannibal's tactics, outsmarted and beat the Carthaginian general in North Africa. This huge loss was a disaster for Carthage. The once powerful Carthaginian Empire had to accept a harsh peace agreement. Carthage lost its lands overseas, its navy was taken away, and it had to pay a lot of money to Rome. Even with these problems, Carthage didn't give up. But Rome, still worried about Hannibal, didn't trust Carthage to stay weak. In 149 BC, Rome, convinced that even a weakened Carthage was dangerous, started the Third Punic War. This time there were no famous generals or huge battles, just a city under attack. After 3 years, Carthage fell to the Romans. When Carthage was destroyed in 146 BC, it felt like the end of an era. The once proud city was in ruins, its people scattered, its story seemingly over. But from this destruction, Carthage got a new beginning. Rome knew Carthage's location was important, so they rebuilt it as a Roman colony. Under Roman rule, Carthage thrived again. The city was carefully planned and rebuilt with grand Roman buildings, becoming part of the huge Roman Empire. Carthage became a busy trading center again, showing how important its location was. The Romans built impressive structures in Carthage, like bathhouses, temples, and a giant amphitheater, showing the city's new prosperity and how it was now part of the Roman world. These Roman ruins, still standing today, give us a look into the city's second life, a reminder of how important Roman civilization was. The Carthage Archaeological Site is full of history, a place where the sands hide the remains of ancient peoples. For centuries, archaeologists have been coming to Carthage, excited to uncover the secrets buried underground. Their careful digging has uncovered the foundations of Punic houses, the ruins of temples to forgotten gods, and objects that show us how the Carthaginians lived. One of the most interesting discoveries is the Tophet, a special area for the Phoenician gods Tanit and Baal Hammon. Digging at the Tophet has uncovered thousands of stelae, stone markers with inscriptions and offerings. These stelae tell us a lot about Carthaginian religion. Archaeologists have made amazing discoveries at Carthage recently, like a bunch of gold coins from the 3rd century BC. These coins, beautifully made and incredibly well preserved, show the wealth and artistry of Carthaginian society. Every new discovery at Carthage helps us understand this ancient civilization better, putting together the pieces of a story that still fascinates us. Today, the Carthage Archaeological Site connects the past and the present. It's a place where you can walk among the ruins of ancient temples and theaters, imagining how grand it once was. Carthage is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized as very important to the history of everyone. As you explore Carthage's ruins, you can almost hear history whispering from the old stones. The remains of the Punic ports, the impressive Roman baths, and the special Tophet sanctuary connect us to the past. Carthage is where history comes to life, where the stories of ancient civilizations happen right in front of you. Whether you love history, archaeology, or just want to learn about the ancient world, visiting Carthage is an amazing experience. It's a journey through time, a chance to connect with the past, and a reminder of how powerful human civilization is.